Okay, let's see what we have for the following active stocks. We have WBD and IRBT, SOFI, and NFLX. So WBD up 2.59%. Let's see what the news is saying. I think it said that next Netflix are going to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery. Let's see what we have. So this is Friday the 5th of December 2025. You see here Netflix to acquire Warner Bros. For $82.7 billion. Okay, let's see what we have. Netflix on Warner Bros. Said that today that Netflix will acquire Warner Bros., including its TV studios, HBO Max and HBO, in an $82.7 billion cash and stock deal. Under the terms of the deal, Warner Bros. Discovery shareholders will receive $23.25 in cash and $4.5 in Netflix stock for each Warner Bros. And WBD share outstanding at the close of the transaction, which is expected to occur in 12 to 18 months. The White House is viewing the acquisition with heavy skepticism. CNBC reported today, citing an unnamed senior administration official separately. Paramount Skydance had offered to acquire Warner Bros. For $30 per share. Okay, according to CNBC, okay, citing sources with knowledge of the matter, Netflix shares. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Warner Bros. Down. Warner Bros. Up 2.59%. Let's see. Yeah, one of the most active. Yeah, we are watching it because it has a lot of shares are crossing the tape. Yeah, way above its average. Maybe twice its average so far. Maybe. Yeah, volatility is expected to dampen somewhat in the coming days. Yeah. Let's see what we have on its daily chart. Okay, underlying trend is strongly bullish. Okay, high prices are expected to keep printing, going all the way towards the 6th of January. Okay, so let's see what we have. Projections are saying 26.07, 29.50, 31.62. Okay, yeah. Momentum is not expected to spike, just expected to just remain sedate, yes, remain tamed. Okay, so U.S. industry leaders are urging U.S. Congress to block Netflix acquisition of Warner Bros. Discovery, calling it for strict antitrust review of the deal. There's a good chance that might happen. Yeah, there's a good chance that might happen. Yeah. IRBT. IRBT up 43.89%, intraday high $4.95. Can we see anything behind this spike for IRBT? Okay, 108 million shares have crossed the tape, which is almost 10 times its average volume. Volatility is very, very, very high. Yeah, let's see what we have down here. IRBT, let's see. iRobot, let's see what we have. IRBT. Okay, the stock is has been showing a lot of strength within a longer term bearish trend. Okay, so as usual, the bounce began on Friday the 28th, Friday the 21st of November. So this is 2 weeks of gains for the stock. I think since that time it has only closed down twice. Okay, and high prices are expected to keep printing, going all the way towards the 26th of December. Then after that, we might have a contraction. Yeah, but the 40-day moving average is rising to ensure that there's enough support. Okay, let's see what we have in terms of projections. 4.56, 4.72, 5.28. Those are upper projections. Then down projection is 3.8. Momentum is expected to continue to decline from maybe the post from Monday the 8th. Okay, let's see whether we can find the news here for IRBT. No news here, no fresh news. iRobot, no news. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we have. Yeah. Not seen any news. Okay, let's see. Okay, there might be something somewhere about iRobot. Okay, so up 44.55%. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at its 4-hour chart. Okay, yeah, higher prices are expected to keep printing in a volatile manner, going all the way towards the 16th of December. The 40-period moving average is equally rising to offer support as well. Projections are saying, let's see what we have here. We have 2.7, nothing to the upside, but indeed there are further upper projections. The sort we have already seen. 4.64, 5.29, 5.68, and indeed a down projection of 3.95. Let's see iRobot, FinVs. Let's see FinVs, iRobot. Let's see I R. Okay. Okay, reports of Trump administration's planned support for U.S. robotics industry drove iRobot's sharp intraday rally. Okay. The announcement sparked widespread buying in the sector, with iRobot shares jumping amid elevated trading volume, exceeding 40 million shares today. High short interest amplified the move through covering as investors anticipated policy tailwinds amid the company's recent challenges like the failed Amazon acquisition. 52.48% gain. Okay, yeah, way more than that, I think. Reflects this momentum building on similar surges in peer robotic stocks during a regular market hours. Yeah, let's see what we have down here. Up 35.97%. So look at that. High short interest. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we have. Yeah, we can have a look at its option grid. December 19. That might give us an idea. It may have huge volumes. That is if my memory will let us have a look. Yeah. IRBT. Are we going to? No, not enough memory. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on. Trump administration is keen on supporting U.S. robotics companies. So definitely, it's one of the biggest movers, surely with 110 million shares now. Yeah, over 10 times its average volume. Okay, SOFI. Let's see what we have for SOFI. Is it going to come up? Let's see so far here. Okay, so far strongly bullish. We've covered it already today. Okay, so I think the company is trying to raise up to $1.5 billion. Plans to offer 54.5 million shares at $27.5 each, aiming to raise $1.5 billion. The stock fell, okay, down 7.53 now in the post-market session of yesterday, but now down for the down further now, lost more ground. Okay, what investors need to know. What do they need to know? Shares fell, okay, today. Okay, underwriters have a 30-day option to purchase up to 8.2 million additional shares at the same price. The offering is set to close Monday, the 8th of December, subject to standard conditions. Proceeds will strengthen SOFI's capital position, provide flexibility for growth, and support operational efficiency. The company held $3.25 billion in cash and equivalents as of the 30th of December. Okay, the extrapolation is more of a consolidation, and then maybe from the 12th of January it might go distributive, but this is an extrapolation that is pointing to so many days ahead. But in any case, it's not expected to go beyond its 40-day moving average, okay, at least in the interim. Projections are currently saying 25.83, 23.19, 21.56. Upper projections 30.59, 33.29, 34.96. NFLX. Okay, Netflix down 3.37%. Okay, the extrapolation is saying that lower prices may continue to print, or the downtrend may remain in place at least up till the 6th of January. Not expected to go beyond its 40-day moving average. So the stock is expected to trade within the space here, the space formed by the extrapolation of the 40-day moving average and its 3-day moving average. Projections are currently saying 107.78. Okay, volatility is expected to be the order of the day on the stock, especially from well, as things stand right now, it's expected to get volatile, but momentum may begin to pick up from middle of this month. Of course, we know it's plans to acquire Warner Brothers. Will acquire Warner Brothers Discovery Studios and strengthen and streaming for $72 billion or $27.75 per share. Okay, we know all of that already. Senator Mike Lee expressed concerns over a potential acquisition impacting Netflix, warning it could disrupt the streaming market and end the golden age of streaming, urging antitrust review. What's next for Paramount's Skydance stock as its Warner Bros. WBD dream falters? NVDA, okay, let's see now. Down 0.75%. Okay, not expected to go beyond its 40-day moving average. Not no extrapolation to the upside. More of a distributive contraction. The contraction of the expansion that ended on the 3rd of November. So the algos are saying that it may continue. Going all the way towards the middle of January. Let's see now. Projections are currently saying beginning with downward projections or beginning from downward projections 142.15, 150.01, 162.72. Upper projections 186.64, 193.17, 197.20. Yeah, there are indeed more ambitious projections as well. We have 208.31, 220.36, 221.81. Momentum is expected to remain sustained at least up till Friday the 12th of December. Then after that, it might moderate, but with an upward incline. NVDA expects $97 billion in free cash flow this year and nearly $500 billion over 3 years. It has spent $37 billion on buybacks and dividends this year. US senators introduced the Safe Chips Act to prevent NVIDIA from selling advanced AI chips to China, Russia, Iran, or North Korea for 30 months, targeting H200 and Blackwell models. NVIDIA stock rose 5% post earnings, fueled by the CEO Jensen Huang's optimistic view on Blackwell chip demand, but later fell due to the broader market sell-off from a strong jobs report. NVIDIA stock prices a $4.6 trillion bargain. Here's why it missed so. Let's see. The recent pullback has been triggered by the rising risk of competition from American and Asian companies. Most importantly, there are concerns that Google will become a major player in the GPU industry if it starts selling its chip to other companies, including the likes of Meta platforms. OpenAI is also building its chips using Broadcom, a company whose market capitalization has jumped to over $1.7 trillion. Other strong competition is coming from China, where companies like Alibaba and SMOC are building their own chips. Just today, More Threads, a Chinese competitor, soared by over 500% after going public. However, these fears seems to be exaggerated, as NVIDIA has more years of experience in the industry, meaning that it may continue being the most dominant player in the industry. A good example of this is the fact that its growth has continued despite soaring competition from AMD, which has developed GPUs that are almost as good as those from NVIDIA. NVIDIA stock price has also struggled as investors have remained concerned about the AI bubble and its secular investing approach, where it invests in companies that then use the money to buy its chips. Yeah, okay. Still, the current data shows that NVIDIA is doing well, with its revenue growing, with its revenue growth accelerating. Its most recent results show that its revenue rose to over $55 billion, and the management believes that the fourth quarter will hit $65 billion. NVIDIA is also one of the most profitable companies in Wall Street, with its profit margins being 53%, higher than AMD's 10% and Micron's 23%. Palantir software maker has a net margin of about 28%. Still, despite these numbers, NVIDIA has a forward PE ratio of 38, much lower than the 5-year average of 45%. It also has a forward PEG ratio of 1.03, much lower than the sector median of 1.72. NVIDIA has one of the best rule of 40 metrics in Wall Street. It has a forward revenue growth of 65% and a net income margin of 53%, giving it a multiple of 118%, while the rule of 40 largely applies to SAS companies. NVIDIA numbers show how strong it is today. Okay, yeah, so see what you make of these stocks, and thank you very much for watching this video.